Ladies and gentlemen, back after a week hiatus. The So What Morning Show back in the building. Listen, it's one of these shows. It's going to be incredible. It's going to move quickly. A lot of information, great guests. Oh, God. I'm not even going to tell you about the guest just yet. But when I tell you she is ridiculous. Psychic medium Renee Richards. I'm going to read her information a little bit later. But if you want to participate, you got to call us. 323-965-1600 is the number to dial. We're going to have a great show. And it has just been brought to my attention that, the callers can call in on Skype now. All they got to do is find us on Skype at RMC On Air. And you can call not just from a phone, but from your Skype situation as well. And we can see you when you call in. Or we can't see them? Guest only. We can only see our guests. Sorry. But you can Skype call us, which is good for international stuff. So that's good. Reach out to us. 323-965-1600. That's the number to dial. And before I go any further, I want to remind you, go get the doctor's new book. I think you can still get it from Amazon.com at a 43% discount?
45%.
Oh, wow. 45%
That's cheaper than I can get it for.
Wow. I mean, this is one of those books that changed the world. I mean, he just got a deal for this book, right? For the Korean rights, right? Mm-hmm. You said Just Listen was really big in Korea, correct? Wow. So another great book by Dr. Mark Goulston, my co-host, who's in the building right now. Somebody call us and let us know what you think about Dr. Mark. If you have any questions about our topic, he and I are going to cover it today. Empathopenia. We're going to deal with that. Empathy in relationship and how at some point it goes away and then that makes the relationships up. We're going to get into that after I go over these books and, give you guys a couple more things that I wanted to talk about. People kept asking me about this particular book by Noel Biederman. Cheaters Prosper. It's a book about cheating. 20 million sexless marriages, 64% infidelity rates, 44% of children being born to single mothers. At what point do we take a long, hard look in the mirror and confess that the social experiment of monogamous matrimony is a failed one? Cheaters Prosper by Noel Biederman. This is the guy who created the website called AshleyMadison.com. that actually gets all married people together. 323-965-1600. Again, psychic medium Renee Richards will be calling in and giving one question readings to anybody who wants one. It's going to be I had a reading by her. She is off the charts. So, Cheaters Prosper, my next book. A lot of people ask me about this book. Very important work in light of the show we did last week. Now, let me cover that really quickly. Show we did last week was about forgiveness. It wasn't about the Israeli and Palestinian conflict, although the reason why we did it was because the current event at that time is that there was a ceasefire among the Israelis and the Palestinians. So I didn't want to get into the historical Hatfield-McCoy kind of dynamic between them. The whole purpose of the show was about forgiveness. One of the books that I highlighted that I talked about on there, I had to pull up a really bad picture of it on my phone, was Germany's Black Holocaust, 1890 to 1945. The Untold Truth, Details Never Revealed Before, by a friend of mine. His name is Furpo W. Carr, PhD, a black scholar's 30-year study of the Holocaust, Black Holocaust in Africa. This is the book you want to get. Germany's Black Holocaust by Furpo Carr. Great work. You got to go participate. Another book. This is a book that Quincy Jones told me to get. Power versus Force. This is about consciousness. Dr. David R. Hawkins, medical doctor, PhD, incredibly powerful work. You gotta get it. And in my final book selection, a lot of people ask me about books, Doc, so I'm letting them know what I read. This is another book by my good friend Furpo Carr. This is called The Reassassination of Malcolm X. Why is this book significant? This book is significant because this is a rebuttal to the book that was written by Manning Marable, whom, when he first released his book, he died right after he released the book. His book was called Malcolm X, A Life of Reinvention. And this is the book that Manning Marable suggested that Malcolm X was somehow gay. You know, and it was really disrespectful. This brother put together a book called The Reassassination of Malcolm X because he felt like Malcolm X's character was being assassinated. Great work, great book. That's my book section today. Now, let me introduce my guest, my co-host, my friend, Dr. Mark Goulston, author of Just Listen and Real Influence. Doc, how you doing, man?
I'm doing great.
It's good to have you.
Well, it's good to be had.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's get into this thing. Well, you sent me some things, and I'm always onto this relationship stuff. And when Geoff is not here, so we can get it out early, and then the chicanery starts when he gets here. Empathy. Right, you coined the term, and anybody who's having relationship issues right now, call me and let us know what you think. Area code 323-965-1600. Why is empathy so important to a relationship, and what happens when empathy wanes? And you've coined something very special. What does your term for waning empathy, what is that?
Well, I coined a term called empathopenia, which sounds a little bit erotic, but it's not. Empathopenia just means a shortage, a diminishment of understanding other people. And why empathy is really important is when you're empathic to another person, you're trying to understand their feelings. And here's the key. You can't be empathic and angry at the same moment in time with another person. And the reason being is when you're trying to understand the way another person feels, that's a sensory thing, meaning you're trying to sense what they feel, whereas when you're angry, that's what we call a motor thing. You're at them. You're angry at them for some perceived slight or some injury. And so you can't seek to understand someone and try to get even with them for something at the same time. So here's the simple secret to solving any relationship problem. Are you listening? It's very simple. It's not easy. At any given moment, when you're in an argument, if you can just pause, which isn't easy, and ask yourself, what is it like for the other person right now? And if you just calm yourself and say, what's it like for the other person right now? What you might find yourself being able to say to the person, because you have to get over your anger, is something like, because when you pause and put a break in the argument, they may get angry, but they may pause and they say, well, what are you thinking? And if you were to say to them, I was just thinking, I wonder what it's like for you right now, and I'm guessing you don't like where this is going any more than I do. Is that true? And if you're dealing with someone who would really rather have a good relationship than just be right all the time, and you're fortunate, they might say, no, I hate it when it goes this way. You could say, well, do you have any idea how we can keep it from going there? That other person may be likely to smile because you're giving a relief to the argument, and they may actually say, I don't know, but you're doing good already.
So let me ask you this. Are you saying, because I'm listening to you, you're saying empathy and consideration are related. I have to consider you in order to be empathic, yes?
I think considering, I think you have to focus on what the other person might be thinking and feeling.
This is good. This is good. Let me ask you this. Is it easier to consider someone or be locked into someone or focus on someone, as you said, when they're closely aligned to our own beliefs and expectations and assumptions of them? I think empathy goes away once a person gets away from when they're out of alignment with what we expect of them. I think we're empathetic as long as they're close to what we want out of them. I mean, maybe you can, add on to that. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm 100% wrong.
I think we're empathetic when we actually believe the other person and believe in the other person. And I think when someone believes in us, we are more willing to understand their feelings. And in fact, what's interesting is, I think what's one of the basis for our relationship is I think we both believe in the other person. And what's good about that is that then earns me the right to take you to the woodshed and say, so what was that about? That's never going to work out for you. And you will accept it completely. You will never get defensive when I say something, because what you're feeling is, Dr. Mark has my back.
Right.
He's saying this not to be right. He believes in me. He believes me, and he believes I can be better.
So this is awesome. What about what you said on Oprah, which was very profound, about a woman's ability to be able to stand up in private? I don't want to give it away. You say it, because I think the way you laid that out, that could be a blueprint for moving forward, building relationships. If a woman could use that template, just go ahead and say what that was.
Yeah, and you can actually find it. If you go to YouTube and put in Oprah and my last name, Goulston, Goulston, you'll find it, an audio clip, because it was a show many years ago. And it was actually a show on divorced couples getting back together again, because many years ago I was an expert on helping people who'd been divorced get back together again. And so she had asked me, for people who haven't reached this point of no return, what would be a tip to give them? And what I pointed out is that what you really need to do in a relationship is you need to stand up for the other person when they can't stand up for themselves. You need to stand by them in a crisis and not let them fail. But probably the most caring thing is to stand up to them in private and push them to do something that is good for them, that will make them better and stronger and happier, and also stop them from doing something really foolish, and even when they're arguing with you. So when someone is arguing with you and you could say, fine, if that's what you're going to do, then just fall flat in your face. You can do that. But a better thing to do is let the person take their shot at you and they're arguing, pause and say, I can see how you feel that way, but you're going to have to get past me before I let you do what you're about to do, because it will destroy your reputation.
Wow.
It will give you relief for about a second, and then the damage control you'll have to do afterwards will be huge. And as your friend, I'm not going to let you do that, because I would expect you to do the same for me.
So stand up in private, stand by you in a crisis, and what was the third stand?
Stand up for someone when they can't stand up for themselves.
Wow, great stuff. Listen, the phone lines are about to blow up. 323-965-1600. It's the So What Morning Show. Let me do this really quickly. We got some special guests on. Amber Swartz, and who else is I know what it's for. I'm supposed to be supporting, and it's the Hawk. He's on with her. I'm supporting them because they're doing a toy drive, and I want to give them a few moments to talk about exactly what it is that they're doing in a charity-based situation. Right. So talk to us, Amber and the Hawk. Come on in, Hawk.
Right. How's everybody doing today? This is Juaquin Hawkins.
Juaquin Hawkins, man. What's cracking?
Same old, man. Just trying to take care of the family and prepare for these holidays.
Well, talk to me about your nonprofit organization and what you have going and how you're impacting the community in a positive way. We really want to know. Let's go.
Okay. Well, first of all, I'm a former NBA player, and I was very blessed to play against the best players in the world. And
you played against Jordan?
Yeah, played against Jordan, Kobe Bryant.
Did he dunk on you? Did they dunk on you?
No, he didn't dunk on me.
Okay, I just wanted to know. Go ahead, man.
But in saying that, those are, obviously the greatest players in the world, and I had a chance to play on that level. And I also played overseas, and unfortunately, just a few years ago, I had a stroke while I was playing professional basketball.
Wow.
And changed my life completely. Made me a little bit more aware of my health, and also, really not to take anything for granted. And so in my recovery, I basically had to recover and learn how to speak and write and talk with confidence. And doing that, it put me in a situation where I was really thinking about others and thinking about how other people go through this day in and day out. And,
empathy. You learned a lesson of empathy. That's what we're covering right now. This is awesome. Go deeper.
Yes, for sure. And so what I did is I developed the Hawk Hoop Sports Foundation, where I was already giving back in the community by doing youth basketball camps, teaching the fundamentals of basketball, just through my professional experiences. But also I added a component of stroke, being able to educate kids as well as adults about stroke and childhood obesity.
Wow.
So I put together an awesome team. Amber is part of this team. We have Tara Hill, E-Class, Grayson. And we started our toy drive. Started last year at the Laugh Factory. And we had great support from all of my friends and fans in L.A. And we collected almost 500 toys for foster kids.
Wow.
As we know, a lot of foster kids don't have a mom or dad, and some of them don't have a lot of situations where they can be receiving something. And that's what we wanted to do. We wanted to be able to collect toys for them so they can receive something and enjoy the holidays like the rest.
Let's do this, Hawk. Where can I direct the massive followers of this show, because they're going to support because I urge them to, I implore them to, I command them to support you. Where can I direct them to go donate, contribute, support, and back your very powerful and positive endeavor?
Well, they can go to our website, which is hawkhoopssportsfoundation.org. Again, that's hawkhoopssportsfoundation, all one word, .org. And they can donate there. They can also see information about the show, which it is going to be tomorrow at the Laugh Factory. Mm-hmm. So we definitely like to get as many people there, or they can just donate, $5 or $10, whatever their heart desires. And then they also can call Amber. Amber, you're on the phone. You actually can give them your phone number.
Amber, give up the digits, man. Let's go, Amber.
How you doing?
I'm good. Give up the digits.
818-402-9682.
One more time.
818-402-9682.
One more time.
818-402-9682.
I mean, it's very important that you guys get out and support this, because during this time of year, a lot of people don't understand, and Doc, maybe you could speak to this. A lot of people, although this is supposed to be the merriest and most cheerful time of the year, this could also be the most heartbreaking and hurtful time of year, maybe because of estrangement or maybe because of financial situations. But a lot of people go through hard times during Christmas time. Talk to us, Doc, about that.
Yeah, well, if this is the season of giving, if you're in the unfortunate situation in which you're not being given to, it can really make you feel even worse and more different than other people. So this is a great foundation, and this is a great thing that you can do to take away the hurt in people who have less than you.
Exactly.
Part of what we need to do is reach out to people who have less than us and care about them.
Right.
Otherwise, it doesn't say too much about us.
Well, let's do this really quickly. Hawk, Amber, check this out. I really appreciate you guys for calling in. I want to ask Amber one more time to give out that number twice. Give it out 2 more times right now.
818-402-9682. 818-402-9682.
Hawk, what's your website? One more time, because my psychic is on. But tell us, what's the name of the site?
The website is hawkhoopssportsfoundation.org. Once again, that is hawkhoopssportsfoundation.org, and you can get all the information, phone number, as well as the address to the toy drive, as well as to donate.
Wow. Hey, I really appreciate you guys. Yes.
Hawk, say a little bit more about the push to counteract childhood obesity.
Yes. Well, again, as a stroke survivor, there's a lot of different elements of why stroke happened, and one of them is childhood obesity. Just obesity, just in general. Not being healthy, not eating the right foods, or not knowing what foods to eat. Very important, especially for our youth. And so what we're doing is, again, I run youth basketball camps, and then during the camps, we actually talk about those things. Something they can do to better prepare their meals. Something that even the parents, sometimes the kids need to encourage the parents to eat well. So those are some things that we talk about with the camps, and we also do different other fundraisers to help other organizations raise money by doing youth basketball camps, so that we can talk about those issues.
So now let's do it one more time, because when you make such a poignant statement like that in regards to explaining exactly what your foundation is doing and facilitating for the community, you got to give the website one more time. And Amber, you got to give the number one more time before I go to my psychic medium, Renee Richards. Tell me what that is.
Right. Website. The website, again, is Hawk, Hawk, Hoops, HOOPS, Sports, SPORTS, Foundation, FOUNDATION.org. That's hawkhoopssportsfoundation.org.
All right, Hawk, what I'm going to do is I'm going to reach out to Amber after the show is over. You and I got to connect. I got he just turned 16 yesterday, sophomore varsity basketball player. I need you to mentor. I need you to talk to him and tell him what he should expect and do. Good looking for calling. I appreciate you guys. I'll talk to you guys later, yeah?
All right, now, appreciate your time, everyone. Have a blessed day.
All right. Now, this is what we're about to do, Doc. We're going to take a quick break, but let me do this. Text me right now. Text Zoe to 90210. The reason why you got to do this is because you're going to get an electronic business card from me. Why is it important this time? Because Psychic Medium Renee Richards' website is on this card that you're going to get from me. Text ZO to 90210. It's very important that you do that because I want you to go to her website. This woman is the real deal. When we come back from break, we're going to be taking calls for Renee Richards, Psychic Medium Renee. You got one question. Is your life in trouble? Is this a bad time of year for you? How is it going to turn out? We got a doctor in here. He's going to tell us if it's malarkey or not. I don't know. But call us. 323-965-1600. We'll be back in 2.2 seconds, taking a break. And when we come back, Psychic Medium Renee Richards. I'll see you in a second.
Hook me up with Joe.
Ladies and gentlemen, the voice of reason. I'm never going to lose that moniker because I am the VOR. It's all good. So What Morning Show back in the building. And of course,
I am the VOR.
Geoff Brown has joined us. The So What Morning Show. It is the show that listens. A lot of people say you need pen and paper, take notes, because a lot of jewels get dropped on this show.
Let me be your star.
And I would definitely say that is because of our resident doctor,
Yes.
Dr. Mark Goulston in the building, author of Real Influence. I want to promote the new book, as well as the old book, Just Listen.
Thank you. I don't read that fast.
And of course, he just joined us, none other than our good friend, Geoff Brown, the comedian. What up, boy?
What's up, brother? What's up? Fantastic news, if I may break in.
What do you have?
No, on some real serious. I'm real serious. Brothers out there who try and take care of your kids and deal with this system, keep fighting. It's worth it. I just got 50-50 custody of my children.
Hallelujah.
I got my child support reduced to the point that this heifer owes me money now.
Wow.
It's amazing.
So you're gonna be 50% busier.
I'm gonna be 50% busier and happy about it. You just got to understand that the judicial system comes to both of you and goes, okay, here, in order to make this right, ma'am, you solve this crossword puzzle. You, sir, you need to land the space shuttle. And you can either complain because it's harder to land the space shuttle, or you can learn how to fly.
Okay, yeah. All right, yes. Geoff Brown is back in the building. Let me do this really quickly. My special guest is on, and I want to bring her in. This is, man, there are no accidents in the universe. How you meet people, how you connect with people. I mean, it's strange. But she's awesome. And I just met her. She did a reading for me. And anybody, let me just say this. We have psychic mediums on the show all the time. Tarot card readers, astrologists, all type of people. Before they can come on, I've got to vet them out.
Okay.
So they do a reading for me, and it's cool. And either I'll say yay or nay, that was on point or that wasn't. This woman was so on point, it wasn't even funny. It was really scary. You know,
she hit you with some of that oracle?
Yeah, it was some old, yeah.
Don't apologize for the vase?
Yeah, don't apologize for the vase. What vase? Oh, that one that you just broke?
Yeah.
It was some of that. Yeah, it was some of that going on.
Okay.
And I'm a skeptic, and I like to keep bringing them on because I'm very skeptical of them.
Yeah.
Even though I want to believe, I'm still a scientist at hand.
Because it's too easy to fake.
You understand?
It's too easy to fake.
So
yes.
when they start saying things that line up directly with you specifically, I get crazy. I say, okay, you got to come on.
None of that ambiguous. So everybody in your family has 10 fingers.
Right. Everybody got a pinky toe, right?
Right.
Yes.
I'm a genius. Yeah, none of that. I hate that.
So she's awesome. She's on right now. If you want a one-question reading, I'm telling you, make this a good question. We're coming into the new year. What are your new expectations for 2013? Maybe you can ask her. Are you going to get married? Are you going to be pregnant? Or the person you with, are you going to be with them on into the new year and beyond? I don't know. Call us right now. 323-965-1600. Without further ado, 323-965-1600. Without further ado, I introduce Renee Richards, psychic medium. Renee, come on in.
Hello, everybody. Hi.
How are you?
Hi, Renee.
Hi. How are you?
Okay. Yeah, she's really nice. She's married now.
No, you're supposed to tell us how we are.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Okay, Renee, let me set you up properly.
Okay.
Dr. Mark Goulston, of course, he's going to be a skeptic. He's a doctor.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? All right. So, and then you have...
Damn it, I'm a Dr. Jim, not a psychic.
I'm a Dr. Jim, not a psychic. And then you have, of course, funny man, internationally known, Geoff Brown.
Hey, girl.
And he has this... Hey, girl. And he has this running question for psychics.
Yes.
What were you guys doing on September 10th, 2001? Why didn't everybody,
And I didn't need 2 airplanes are going to crash into some buildings in New York tomorrow. If somebody had went, okay, these two dudes driving, one driving a Buick, one driving an Oldsmobile, they going to run into 2 currency exchanges. If I'd have got that, and then tomorrow I'd have said, wow, that person was on something, but I didn't get a peep out of none of y'all. Why?
Wow.
That's true.
That's true. But I don't know if that's her job.
Well, no, let the lady answer now.
I'm going to defend Renee because she's my friend.
She probably had the same question. I just want to hear somebody give me a legitimate answer. If somebody asks me something about comics, I have a legitimate answer.
So what if they just say, I don't know?
That's legit.
I didn't get that reading.
That's not legitimate. That's
okay,
not
you know what? I'm going to let...
Not from a professional.
I'm going to let Renee do it. Renee, talk to us.
Okay. Well, how I kind of look at it is I'm the same way. And I always wonder, well, how come all these things happen and then no psychic or medium has popped up about it? Probably a psychic. But there are situations where they have said things about these things that were going to happen, but that never got out to the public, or they saw it and they didn't feel comfortable about it. Mm-hmm. But honestly, I just don't think, I don't do that kind of thing. But I agree with you. I haven't heard anything either. I have to agree. I mean, I can't sit here and make excuses for people,
So let me just hit you with some questions before we open up the phone lines. Phone lines, 323-965-1600. Is it true that everyone has psychic abilities? And Doc, as a doctor, have you seen the unexplained? I know you're a scientist, and the way you guys look at things is very linear and logical, and A equals B equals C equals D. But I need to know, does everybody have psychic ability, and is science tapping into it? Renee, talk to me.
Well, I'll tell you, I belong to the Forever Family Foundation, and I'm actually being tested by them. They are full of scientists, researchers, PhDs, and psychics and mediums, and they are bridging between. Because I always tell everybody, you can be psychic, you can be a medium, but God gave you a brain, so use it.
Okay.
You know, so that's how I look at the way I am, and this foundation is great.
What's it called again?
The Forever Family Foundation.
Interesting.
It is very interesting.
So tell me, Doc, and maybe we can all chime in here, is intuition and psychic ability related? Are they the same thing or no?
Yes.
Yes.
So that makes most women psychic. Because female intuition
It's very strong.
it's very strong, but it's not strong enough to outweigh the crazy. Because I know, like women, that's why y'all don't listen to it. You don't listen. God is talking to you directly.
No,
and
you know what? That's a great point.
It is a great point.
I think women are more sociologically driven. And what happens, sociological means at a certain age, I need to be married. At a certain age, I got to have a baby. At a certain age,
stations.
it's a template that they're following that makes them women in their mind. Like a good woman would be married by this time. A good woman would have children by this time. A good woman would do this. As opposed to, and I think when you're more sociologically driven, it atrophies the intuition. Because a lot of times women can tell you exactly what the hell is wrong if you're listening.
I agree.
But they only do that after they crash into their sociological dream. After the social dream fails, then they go, God damn it, I should have been paying attention to this sign, to that sign, to this sign. Dr. Mark, talk to us about that.
Renee, I wonder what you feel about this. You know, women, I think women are about something called oxytocin and estrogen. Oxytocin is what causes people to bond. It's what causes mothers to love a screaming child who won't sleep through the night instead of throwing it out the window. And that's part of their identity. And estrogen is about building something. Estrogen is like building a home. A man can build a house, but he can't build a home. And so much of a woman's identity is about bonding and building something from the inside out, like a home. And so they're really in tune to that, whereas men are about testosterone and adrenaline, which is about see, conquer, power, aggression, all those kinds of things. And so they're more focused on the outside, both achieving, accumulating, vanquishing, winning.
Be gone!
There you go. And
Rule of all that I survey.
in my, I coach more women. I do executive coaching, but I coach more women than I coach men. And what I tell women is you need to be proud of coming from bonding and building a home, because what happens is you're no match for a lot of insecure men who come from their testosterone and adrenaline. And so that's why when they act up that way, you feel appalled. And when you feel appalled and your eyes widen, like, I can't believe this guy just said this, you're mincemeat. So that's why I coach women to take pride in the best that they can be.
Well, I'm really intrigued by Renee Richards, and I want to see her ability to read the callers. 323-965-1600. I want you to get to your phone lines right now. It is very important that you participate in this social experiment. There are doctors and scientists and philosophers and comedians who are here to see the truth manifest itself. But I have one more question. I don't like the contradiction of the church.
Oh, please.
Okay? You got church folk out there, people that I love that are close to me right now. I ain't gonna say my manager's name. But they'll say things like, okay, I want you to talk to this brother because he's a prophet and he can prophesy your future. Won't say your future, but say he has a prophecy for you. Now, I believe that psychic people are in the church too. I believe that people with special gifts and abilities are in the church as well.
Bible speaks on giving people
But they
special
will
gifts.
call that gift evil if you use the wrong terminology. If you say prophet, he's prophesying, or he's whatever.
Yeah.
He that's good. If you say he's a psychic, then that's of the devil.
Because psychic probably doesn't draw roots directly back to Old English, and for some reason black Christians think that Old English is the word of God as opposed to the voice of their oppressor. So they haven't figured that out.
In the book of Leviticus chapter 20 verse 6, it says, in this verse, I'm just saying,
Give me some these and thous.
It says, I will set my face against anyone who turns to medium and spiritist to prostitute themselves by following them, and I will cut them off from their people. How much of this do you run into, psychic medium Renee Richards?
Well, I'll tell you that I just had somebody do that to me on Facebook, where she said that she read the same verse that you did about Satan and all this kind of thing. Well, I don't believe in Satan. I don't believe in sin. I don't agree with a lot of the Bible. I believe because I feel like the Bible has been translated so many times that it's. I just don't feel like God is that much of is going to, hell and damnation and put us. I just don't go for all that.
You don't think he's a racist, misogynistic man, a woman-hating warmonger?
No, I see God as a consciousness.
That's broke?
I see God as a consciousness. I do not see him as a man or a woman, black, white, green, blue.
That's great. That's great.
I see him as love only. I see him, and I say him, I don't mean him. I mean the consciousness of God.
Right.
And that's what I fill myself with. And when I'm working with other people, that's what I hope that they can fill themselves with.
Okay. Callers, I'm coming to you. I'm calling to you, but let me do this really quickly. How many of you out there, get to your phone lines, 323-965-1600. That's 323-965-1600. Get to your phone lines right now. How many of you out there have a psychic grandmama?
Come on.
Come on now. Big Mama knew things. Big Mama knew things.
My grandmother was ridiculous, dude.
Even the psychic granddaddy.
Oh.
I'm saying a lot of.
Now, my grandfather was a killer. He wasn't. He was the other edge of the sword. He didn't.
Oh, so grandmama said she knew what was gonna happen, and granddaddy was the dude doing it.
My grandfather used to handle stuff like this. I remember one time my minister raised his voice at my grandmother, and she was on the phone after church talking about it to one of her friends. My grandfather walked down the hall and heard it and said, "What did you just say?" She said, "Oh, Willie Howard, don't worry about it. It was nothing.
Willie Howard.
Willie Howard. The next Sunday, my grandfather gets up sharp. Oh, my God, he do jump sharp. Hey, I'm taking y'all to church today. So we get in the car. We all drive down to church. Granddaddy going to church. My grandfather always was like, I'll pray from here. I'm not going down there. So we get out. My minister comes out, Reverend Marvin Yancey, Natalie Cole's first husband. He comes out.
Hallelujah.
And sees my grandfather and goes, "Hey, Mr. Cotto, how are you doing?" My grandfather goes, "I'm not doing too good. I heard that you raised your voice at my wife." He said, "Oh, no, Mr. Cotto." He said, "Don't talk while I'm talking. Listen, the next time that you say anything out of the way to my wife, I'm going to come down here with my gun full, and I'm going to leave with it empty. Now, you have a nice day." And got in the car and left.
Willie Howard. Legendary black aggressiveness.
Old school. That's Willie Howard.
Okay, let's do it this way. Really quickly, I'm opening up the phone lines right now. Text me. Because what you can do when you text ZO to 90210, I have a special link. For Renee Richards. All you have to do, it says psychic on the card that you'll get electronically. You hit psychic, it'll take you directly to her website. This is how we treat our guests.
That's right.
You feel me? Text ZO to 90210. Now we're going to the phone lines. You get one question, no follow-up questions. Make sure it's a good one. For psychic medium, Renee Richards. Caller number 1, you're in the building. Let's go.
Hello.
Yo, who is this? Where you calling from?
This is Manny.
Manny?
Yes, Manny. M-A-N-N-Y, Emmanuel.
Did you just get knocked out? Packy out? No. Anyway.
Yeah, I'm still sleeping, man. I'm still sleeping.
No, anyway, where are you calling from, Manny?
I'm in Dina right now, Pasadena.
Dina Love! Oh!
Pasadena.
There we go. So ask psychic medium, and if I'm not mistaken, this is Emmanuel.
Yes.
This is the homie. This is Apocalypse.
Correct.
Okay,
correct.
good. Apocalypse has gifts, Renee. Oh, I didn't mean to give that up. I'm sorry. You guys talk.
Gift fight.
I guess what I want to know is, I mean, what everybody else wants to know is if you see any financial success for the year 2013 for myself.
For you, for 2013.
Yes.
Well, I'll tell you what I've been seeing and telling everyone for 2013. This is the year of manifestation, which means the dreams that you hold close to you are going to come true for a lot of people and be manifesting. I'm seeing it happen with a lot of people right now. I do see some financial success. I'm getting a green light when I see that, and I see the color green. I'm not seeing gold, so I'm not saying it's going to be a big amount of money, but you are going to have a successful year. It's going to be a good year for you.
Wait a minute. Can I interrupt right there? You just made a distinction between colors. Mm-hmm. So you said you don't see gold. So does gold indicate the
for
mother
me,
lode?
It does. I have little signs that I have. When I see gold, it means it's bigger than just green money. And when I see green, I know it just means it's going to be a good amount, but it's not going to be like a windfall or you're going to, hit the lottery or something like that. And you also have a lot of yellow around you, and I can also see that your seventh chakra is open. So that means you are getting a lot of information through there. But your third eye is also open, which is good. So you should know if this is coming to you yourself. You can probably feel that it's going to be a really good year for you.
If I may ask, do you have shades of green? Like, is this going to be like $100 bill green or new EBT card green?
Oh, Jesus.
Like, what green?
This is going to be all green. No, it's money green.
Oh, it's money green? Okay.
Yeah, it's going to be success, whatever you're going to be going forth and doing this year.
Okay.
And I can only tell you that by what I'm seeing, the vibration of your voice. I have visions and I see things. And so what I'm saying for you is that your colors are very, very energetic, too. So whatever it is you're going to put your mind to that you're going to go forward and do is going to happen. This is the year for action. I'm telling everybody, if anybody has any dreams, go out and do it.
Okay,
because,
this is awesome.
The Mayan calendar saying is ending, and the end of the world is not coming, but this is an energetic time right now, and I've been feeling it, and a lot of my friends also have been feeling it.
Wow, this is good stuff. Hey, thanks, Manny, for the call. Phone lines are open right now, 323-965-1600. We have world-renowned psychic medium Renee Richards. You got one question. Ask her one question, and she's going to help you out. If you're having relationship issues, if you're having financial issues, hell, if you just got issues, call us right now at 323-965-1600. That is the number to dial, and don't forget to text ZO to 90210 and connect on Psychic and go right to her website. Who's our next caller? Let's go. Caller. Who are you and where are you calling from?
Hi, my name is Nancy Gillum, and I'm from Atlanta. And I studied the Mayan, and they stated that 2013 would be the enlightenment year, not the ending of the world, but a new beginning. And I just wanted to know Renee, what do I have to look forward to in 2013?
Well, for you, the enlightenment year is going to be very strong for you. You have a lot of pink around you. And that pink, usually that color of pink means that somebody has some form of intuition. It also means it's related to the heart chakra. And so you're a very loving person. You feel very, very grounded. You feel very, very motivated. And that what's going to be coming for you is the enlightenment. I'm not seeing money or financial. It's more to your heart and to your spiritual growth.
Wow. So spiritual
that's
evolution.
Where you're going to be moving forward. Now, you're really going to feel this energy coming in the next 2 months. And what you need to do is just keep grounding and doing what you're doing.
Wow. Let me do this really quickly. Oh. Doc, when you hear this kind of talk, what does your doctor mind say? Does it say gobbledygook or there's something here? I like putting the doc on the spot. I'm sorry. 323-965-1600 is the number to dial.
He handles it well.
He does. He really does. That's why I do it.
What I hear mostly is Renee cares. I mean, she cares more than she needs to be right. So I immediately like that. That wins a lot of points for me.
You know, I like you, Doc. I really love doing this to you, Doc.
We need to do something with a psychic that don't give a damn.
You know what? You wrong, Doctor. You don't know nothing about the dark arts.
I see burgundy around you.
No, Renee needs to say to me, I don't give a damn. I don't care. I know the future. That's it.
No. And that is the thing, too, is that I do care. I care about each individual that I talk to. And really, I try to always get people to feel empowered. That is the most important message that I have. I try to touch them and connect with them with something that they can say, wow, I get that, I know that. But that is the most important thing. There are so many people that don't feel empowered right now.
Part of what I hear, and this is I think one of your gifts, and I think it's really important, is I think when people ask you questions, one of the things they're looking for is hope.
Yes.
And I think there's something very calming and caring about telling people there is reason to hope, and then I think it builds on that. But I think you come from more of a heartfelt place than a psychic place. But that's I don't.
That's the doctor.
I don't know if you can take that to the bank.
That's the doctor. And let's do it this way, because the phone lines are crazy. 323-965-1600. That is the number to dial. Geoff, what was your point really quickly?
I just wanted to know if she would be willing to work with me on being the bad news psychic.
If you'd like to make a call, please hang
I would like to make a call. I want to be a bad news psychic. I really do. I aspire not necessarily to give bad news.
This is great.
But
you ain't gonna make it psychic.
You ain't gonna make it. But here's why. Okay, it's them fools in your circle. The dude that wears green all the time and the dude that come around with the chucks with no laces in them is going to be the reason why you going to lose your house.
That one right there.
Dude. Yeah,
right.
Yeah, you need to get rid of. I want to be able to tell people the stuff that they need to get rid of.
Okay, so give us an example of that psychic. Give us an example right now.
Okay, Otis calls in. Okay, Otis. I'm feeling in your breath. I'm feeling in the way you speaking. One more ham hock sandwich and you're going to have a stroke. Okay? You're going to stroke out. You're going to smooth.
One more lard bath.
One more lard bath and your right side ain't going to work. Okay. I think that dude is very helpful.
Right.
Okay. Janice calling in. You need to quit spending all that money on your middle boy for private school. He's just gonna be regular. He gonna be regular.
He ain't gonna make it.
He's not going to. No, it's not that he's not gonna make it. He's just gonna be a bus driver, and he can be a bus driver going to regular school. That's information people need.
Right.
Okay. You need to boo your kids.
Okay.
Man.
Wait. Let me give you another one. Okay. The new relationship. Are they gonna make it? Tell the girl who she got.
You are not going to make it, and here's why. Because this dude is horrible. But I don't have to be a psychic to tell you that. His mama told you that. His sister told you that. So 6 months from now, when he riding around in your car with other girls, you can't even give me the credit because everybody has told you.
You can't even give me the credit.
His street nickname is Pimp Daddy. Why?
What's his real name?
His real name is Neangelothon. Neangelothon, okay? He has a made-up black people name, okay? Made-up black people names all mean the same thing. When people ask you what they mean this. I really want my child to sound special, but I'm too lazy and stupid to pick up a book and find out what a real name means.
Wow.
So I'll just make one up.
Neangelothon.
Neangelothondere.
Thondere.
It's got to end in A. I forgot it. It's got to end in A. It's got to end in A.
Oh, great. Okay, we're going to go to our next caller. 323-965-1600. We got callers. Talk to us. What's your name and where you calling from? Let's go. Caller.
Kids in the background.
Hello.
Are you raising Neanderthal right now?
Yeah, what's going on with the kids?
Excuse me?
I said, what's going on with your kids? The lady?
No, it's not my kids. I'm at work. I work for the school district.
Oh, you work for the... Oh, God bless you.
Well, talk to us, honey.
Bless you.
I know.
Okay, what's your question? Let's go.
Well, my question is, I've been having issues with my ex-husband. We've been trying to get back together, but it's not working.
Will I find happiness?
Yes, but you need to let go of him. I really don't see that that's going to go on anymore. I feel that you're very, very emotionally connected to him. And I know it's hard. You've been married and all that. But it's time to move forward and find someone else. There is a male that is off to your left.
Wow. I saw that. I was going to say something.
What?
It's a male that you're going to be meeting. And I think in about 2 months you'll probably meet up with him. And when I tell people that they have these people that they're going to meet, and I'm always talking to women about this over and over, you need to get out and meet this person. This is going to be somebody that you're really, really going to click with, but you need to get out and I don't mean dating sites and I don't mean bars. I mean I want you out in clubs, church, whatever it is you do, because there is a nice relationship coming for you. About 2 months, it's sitting in your aura. It's about 2 months out away from you.
Wow.
And, can I get some initials?
She said, can I get some initials? Is his name Eric? Is he Bobby? Is he Neanderthal?
Is he Ronnie, Bobby, Mickey, Ricky, Mike, Ralph, Johnny? What's his name?
Oh, with the M?
Yeah. Now he's going to be a little bit older than you, but not that much older. You guys are going to connect very much. There's always hope. There are always people out there. The only trouble is connecting, and that's really not psychic. That's just common sense.
No, but you know what you just said, Renee, that I think is very poignant?
Right.
You said, and maybe we should coin it right here. She said, there is a relationship coming for you. So many times, we're in pursuit of the relationship. When all we need to do is sit back and let the relationship come for us. That was beautiful right there. I love that heat. Go ahead.
That is true. There's tons of relationships, but you have to make the connections. And people always are asking me, well, I just can't meet anybody. I said, well, what are you doing to meet people? What are you doing to get out? Are you taking a class? You're going to the library for discussions? Or no, I'm just staying home. Well, you're never going to meet anybody at home.
Wow, that's a great call. That's a great call. Let me do this really quickly because I have the doctor here, and the doctor specializes in reuniting divorced people. So let's you heard from the psychic. She said move on, new dude coming in 2 months. But the doctor specializes in bringing people back together. Doc, what do you suggest for her?
Are you still in conversation with your ex?
Yep. Conversation.
Okay, so here's a suggestion. Next time you're in a conversation, it starts to get into an argument. Just at the moment you feel like you want to escalate and throw something back, pause and just look at him and go, And if you do, you pause, get centered, go, enough. So he says, well, what are you thinking? And you look at him and say, I'm just trying to figure out right now, right here, would you rather make this better or just be right?
Ooh.
And just say that to him, and he'll say, what? You could say, look, would you rather make this situation better or just be right? And see what he says. Wow. Also, one of the things you need to do, if this isn't going to work out, part of what you got to let go of is you're still attached to a future that you might not get to have. One of the reasons we can't let go of relationships is because we stay attached to a future that's not going to happen, and we can't believe we're not going to get anything for everything we put into that relationship, and it's tough to let it go.
Exactly.
Wow. Yeah. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. And Geoff Brown before you leave, he wants to hit you upside the dome piece.
Yes, I have a couple of readings. I'm seeing are you about 5'3", brown skin, like brown skin with short hair?
No.
No? Then I'm reading. I'm probably reading your principal. Okay.
No, 5'6".
Oh, okay, 5'6". That a caramel kind of caramel colored 5'6". Okay. Was your husband light skin or dark skin?
You should know that.
Huh? I'm sorry. He's light skinned. I'm a beginning psychic. Okay, so I would know that. But I know this. Okay, the new dude in your future, you had to open your boundaries. When she said his name, he'll be slightly older than you, and his name start with M. That means you cannot cancel out much older dudes that walk up eating M&Ms. You have to be open, okay? And most important,
so she got
stop dating light-skinned dudes. You need a dark-skinned dude. You need a dark-skinned a dude that like run a street sweeper, a garbage man, a good dude that's
What about
dark-skinned.
a light-skinned dude covered in oil?
My husband is dark chocolate. I don't have no problem with dark chocolate. It's not a problem.
Can I squeeze in a career tip? Since
Yes, go ahead.
Yes.
Yeah, I definitely was going to say,
Leave them kids alone.
So, do you work for a principal? Or you work in a school system?
yeah, I work with special needs students.
Oh, God bless you.
Okay. That's interesting because I'm doing some work with the regional centers, which you may know about, who fund developmentally disabled, but that's another conversation. What you want to do with your boss is you take your boss aside and say, can I ask you kind of a hypothetical question? And hopefully your boss will say, yeah. And you could say, I want you to imagine it's a year from now. It's December 2013. And when you review me, you say, it's amazing what you've accomplished this year. And so get the person to think it's a year from now and imagine you just look back and say, it's amazing what you've done. Tell me what it is that I do that amazes you. Because a lot of people can't think into the future. They just can't. But when you say, imagine you're in the future and looking back, a lot of people can say that. And what your principal might say as well, what would be amazing is if you do A, B, and C, and if you help us avoid D, E, and F. But that can often help you take the guessing out of getting, progressing in your career.
Well, this is beautiful because I feel like you're getting some balanced information here from the psychic as well as from the doctor. So you had the pro from the doctor. If you want to get it back together, you understand that root point is nobody can be right. I think being right is really a danger to any relationship. I always say it's not about being right. It's about being in alignment.
I'll tell you something. One of the reasons men need to be right is because down deep they feel they're right only in a very small area. And as soon as they're proven to be wrong in so many other areas,
they got nothing left.
It attacks their feeling of competence. And when a man feels incompetent, he feels lost. Whereas women, it doesn't bother them that much when they feel incompetent because they feel that way when their kids are screaming in the market and everyone's looking at you. But men, we have this pride thing, so that's why it's sad. But so many men need to be right.
Women got pride too. 323-965-1600. Somebody call us right now. Thank you, caller, for the call.
Right.
Who wants a reading?
You guys have a good day.
All right, you too, honey. One question.
Bye.
You got one question. Renee Richards, psychic medium. And again, I urge you to go to my website. I see people are going right now. People are texting me to ZO at 90210. It's very important that you do that because then you can connect directly with psychic medium Renee Richards. She's off the chain. Next caller. Caller, where you calling from and what's your name?
Carlos from Chicago.
Shy-Teasy, what up? What's your name?
Carlos.
Talk to me.
Chi-Town, stand up.
Yeah, from Chicago. I'm a small business owner. Things have been going good for the last 5 years. Just want to see what's going on in 2013.
Did I hear you say things have been going good?
I'm sorry?
Did I hear you say that things have been going good for 5 years?
Yeah. Well, it's been kind of rock back and forth. Things are going good now. I'm on an upswing, so...
Well, you're going to stay on an upswing. You have a lot of deep, dark blue around you, too. And I feel like you're a good man, a nurturing type person, and you're kind of caring. And I just feel like, you're. I don't get any no's. And what I'm talking about is, I have guides with me, and then I talk to you. But I always talk to somebody, to your higher self, is who I'm talking to. And when I talk to that higher self, I ask questions, and you tell me things that you need to know. So you don't need to worry. You're on that path. You've done your time, and you're going to be reaping the benefits of that.
How about a career tip? Can I throw in a career tip there?
Oh, yes.
What is, without editing it, just be honest. No one knows who you are anyway. Just be honest and say, what is one thing that you need to do consistently not erratically, but consistently to help you be successful? And what is one thing that you need to eliminate completely? No excuses, no whatever. I need to do this consistently, and this thing that I do that I need to eliminate, I need to stop it completely. Fill in the blanks.
Oh, that's real easy. Number one is I need self-discipline, more self-discipline.
Wow.
I see it, but I don't act on it. You know, not the way I should, because I'm my biggest critic. And number two, the fill in the next blank is procrastination. You know, I mean, I'm not bad, but I have a vision on what I want to do, and I'm not doing it thematically the way I want to. And I think if I do it the way I think, if I just carry out the way I have it pictured in my head, I'll go a lot farther, about 90% farther than I'm going right now. Because the way I am, I kind of just shoot for the stars. That's the way I am, you know, so.
Well, there's nothing wrong with shooting for the stars as long as you keep that focus of that picture in your mind and you see it happening.
You know, a friend of mine who runs a big coaching organization in Canada, he said self-discipline should be stricken from the language because people only use it to beat up on themselves because they don't have it. He says everything comes down to habits. Successful people have different habits than unsuccessful people. Unhappy people have different habits. And a habit is just a particular behavior, an action that you do for 28 days, and then it becomes a habit, and it doesn't take that much effort to maintain it. So if you can just select or ask the people around you, what is one action that I need to do consistently every day? You keep doing that for 28 days, it'll become part of you, and then you can add another habit. It's as simple as that.
And
wow,
we do
good
that
stuff.
Spirituality. We say visualize something for 21 days, something that you want to do. Keep visualizing that. If it's to increase productivity or whatever it is, and in 21 days it'll happen because you've been visualizing it. So
Wow.
it's kind of the same concept.
That's good stuff. So
I
we got to
gotta
move on.
read it.
Hold on. Let me get this caller, and then I'll get you to read. Well, go ahead. Give me the reading.
Carlos, are you still in Chicago?
Yes, I am.
Okay. What I'm gonna need you to do is, do you eat Harold's chicken?
Oh,
Of course he does.
That's what's up.
Yeah, we know what's up. Harold's is what's up. Next April, some chicken wings are likely to give you food poisoning. Just eat gizzards and livers. And stay away from chicken wings.
I got you, man.
All right,
What
you
about
know what
the
I'm talking about. And get the coleslaw. Only go to the Harold's that still have the coleslaw with the paper cup so that you can eat the coleslaw and chew the paper cup.
What?
There we go.
All right, he know what I'm talking
Now
about.
forget the rest of what anyone else told you.
Yes, nobody
leave the
said
rest of that
anything.
alone.
Right.
Them wings gonna kill you.
Yo, what's up?
Yo, I got something to say to Zoe.
What's up?
Zoe, man, I'm still working on that petition, man, to get you back on satellite radio, for real.
Oh, man, I
So-
appreciate it, brother. I appreciate it.
That's what's up, man. You have a nice one. Thank you.
You too, brother. Thank you. 323-965-1600. If you want one question reading from Renee Richards. You guys, we're going to take a quick break, but when I come back, I'm going full callers. 323-965-1600. This is a very entertaining, very, very, very enlightening show. We'll be back in 2.2 seconds. Zoe What Morning Show, The Doctor, Geoff Brown, and Zoe Williams. We'll be back. Deuce.
Okay, you need to get
Ladies
you some
and
localized
gentlemen,
honey.
Localized honey. We
Yes.
back on the air.
Okay, well,
Can I
the
set up the
poetess
show?
is sick. We need to take care of this.
Can I set up the show and then you
All right.
give her?
All right, set the show up.
Right.
Set the show up. I'm gonna shut the hell up so you can shut the show.
Could you do that? 323-965-1600 is the number to dial. We're back with our special guest, psychic medium Renee Richards. She's on right now. I really need you guys to text ZO to 90210. Not only will you get my Facebook, my Twitter, my LinkedIn, my YouTube, and my personal email address. You know, you can reach out to me. You can also connect directly with psychic medium Renee Richards, who's on right now doing readings, free readings, for anyone who will call in. The number is 323-965-1600. And of course, we're accompanying her reading with our own slapstick and clinical reading. The doc is cold. You're right, the doc is great. And also, you do know you can call in using your Skype. All you have to do is get on Skype and look. We can't do it yet? It's for guests only. Our guests can call in using Skype. It's a new feature that I have yet to master. But our guests can call in using Skype. All they have to do is find us at RMC On Air and lock into us that way. It's really cool. I think it's dope. Also, now that we've gotten all of this together, we might do a couple of stories, but I want the callers to continue to reach out to give or to get, to seek a reading from our good friend, Renee Richards. The number again is 323-965-1600. And let me do this really quickly. Everybody's been reintroduced. Dr. Mark Goulston, author of Just Listen, Geoff Brown, international comedian, and of course, Zoe Williams, the voice of reason and host of the Zoe What Show. Let's go. Bully audit. What is that, Geoff Brown?
Yes, that is this is the segment of the show. It's a new segment that myself and Lord Zoe have come up with, where we pick on people who pick on people.
We pick on people who pick on people.
Yes.
Let's go into it.
And our first one today is Wendy Williams. I don't know how many of you have heard, but Wendy Williams says something really foul about Beyoncé and how Beyoncé sounds like she can't stand to hear Beyoncé because Beyoncé sounds like a fifth grader, and that she'll watch her show, but she won't listen to it.
You mean she can't stand to hear her talk, her perspective,
yes,
her
she
POV?
She said her vocabulary, her vernacular is that of a fifth grader. And I thought it was dirty. I thought it was malicious. And
but was it true?
No, I don't think so. Not in the least. I think Wendy ought to get hit right in the Adam's apple. That dude is out of control.
That dude?
Oh my God. Wendy, I hope somebody that loves you is listening. I know you're not. You're busy making some more of that mindless nonsense that you feed to people who will eat it. Look, you need to lay off of Beyonce, okay? Because it's unfair. You're almost a dude.
But
okay?
why do you feel the need to come to Beyonce's rescue?
Because Beyonce is fine as Persian cat hair. And she's not going to say nothing. Beyonce not going to say nothing.
That's what my homeboy nicknamed my ex-girlfriend.
Fine as Persian cat hair?
No, he called her frog hair.
Oh, frog hair.
He was like, you're as fine as frog hair.
That's the way it's supposed to be. That's the way it's supposed to be. Why are you walking around with somebody that look almost like a dude? You shouldn't do that. She's like a couple chromosomes. Like her Y chromosome is bent. She's almost a dude. Like CeeLo is almost a midget. CeeLo is almost a midget. If his mama had one more grape crush, that dude
he would have been a midget.
I'm telling you, he got the big head, the bulbous fingers, the low ass, and this is not coming from a place of
the low ass,
that low center of gravity ass that little people have. He has that, and I love CeeLo. CeeLo's a vanguard. He's holding it down damn near by himself out there with soul music. I love you, CeeLo, but you've looked at the mirror and said, you know what? I'm almost a midget.
He's almost a midget.
Well, Wendy Williams is almost a dude. I don't know how this TV thing is going, especially if you keep barking up trees like Jay-Z's tree.
But that's her job. Her job is to agitate, just like your job is to irritate.
Yeah, but see, it's different. It's different. Okay, I have other talents. I do stand-up. Okay, I produce music. I'm good with these doorknobs. I got other things that I do.
I'm a boxer in my spare time.
That's right. I box in my spare time. I'm in Fight Club. Rule number 1, you can't talk about Fight Club. Look.
So you just did.
I broke rule number 1.
Okay, you're out of the Fight Club. Doc, let's go right to the doctor now. Talk to us about bullying. Is this I mean, do we bully each other in relationships? And of course, Renee Richards is going to chime in. I'm saving the best for last. Doc?
I think we all have thinner skin as opposed to thicker skin. And so I think bullies have thin skins. And the interesting thing about bullies is most bullies are getting bullied from somewhere else, and they feel powerless to come back and go back against the parent who's been bullying them or bullying the other parent. So often what happens with bullies is they feel some powerlessness somewhere in their life. They're watching something, or they're getting hammered or something, and so they kick the dog. So they pick on someone who is defenseless because they don't know how to stand back up to the people that they see that are bullying. Which is kind of crazy because a lot of times the authorities will focus in on the bully and bring in the parents, and what doesn't get exposed is where'd that bully learn it.
Wow, that's good stuff. And Renee, talk to us. Is there such thing as psychic bullying? Can somebody send out psychic negative energy towards another person and it reach them and affect them in a negative way?
I see myself robbing you in your future.
The psychic, that's
psychic thug.
I think so, yes. But I don't believe in anything like that. I won't even accept that into my reality, so it doesn't bother me. But I think on lower levels, yes.
Wow.
But I also want to say something about bullying. I have been a bully, and I have been bullied. So I've felt both sides of that. And I think that when that does happen, those are very, very deep, deep lessons that we learn. And I do agree with the doctor. I think that bullying is something that you do when you're mistreated. It's kind of like somebody who's sexually abused is going to abuse somebody unless they get some kind of counseling and understanding. And it's the same thing with bullying.
Right.
But
And
I
most
think
police
there's
officers are
some,
bullies.
Important lessons to be learned there. Because I've been on both sides of it, and it was ugly both sides, but I learned a great, great lesson of compassion.
That's good stuff.
Anyway.
That's really good stuff. 323-965, I see the phone lines are lit up. Let me do this really quickly. I have on a custom-made shirt that was made for me. I designed it, actually, and my manager is going to kill me if I don't say who did it for me.
This shirt you got on right now?
Yes, it's custom made.
With the Chinese collar?
Yeah, it's fly.
That's a Gordon Gartrell.
Yeah. Well, when I got it, I thought to myself, what is this, a high-end gi? What kind of kung fu expert?
That's the one for the expedition when we go out and do demonstrations in the streets.
I was like, this is couture Bruce Lee.
What?
What we doing?
A gi with cufflinks.
But I really like it. I thought it was dope. And I said, yeah, I'm going to wear it today. So let me just say, HGS Clothing. HGS Clothing. I want you to go to their website, www.hgsclothing.com. You can call them at 888-520-3621.
Where they be at?
I think they're out of Houston, Texas.
Okay.
They wanted to make me a traditional dress shirt. I was like, nah, I want to be a little different. And then when it came, I was like, hoo-ha! I felt real Jeet Kune Do-ish,
Yes.
Yes. So I love it.
You should
anyway,
take their advice next time.
No, hell no. I'm going to get another one made the same way, but a different color. I really like it a lot.
You like what's going on?
Yeah, man. It's a fly look. And if you see me standing up in it, you can really see how it's contoured to my body.
I really don't pay that much attention to your body, but I'll take your word
but
for it.
women do, so fall easy.
Fall easy?
Yes. We're going to move to some callers, 323-965-1600. That is the number to dial. The bully audit. Anybody that's on one, you guys send us an email, connect with us, and let us know when somebody is out of pocket. The U.S. government could be considered a bully, right?
Are you kidding me?
And the black men in America could be considered Hamas.
Oh, you know what? I ain't going to even touch that.
Yeah, don't touch it.
I'm going to have somebody auditing me, a little four-door Ford sitting out in front of my house with two white men in cheap suits. I don't need that.
Okay, here we go. Callers, you're on. Where are you calling from and what's your name?
Hey, this is Niecy. I'm in Connecticut right now.
What up, Niecy?
Niecy, what's up, girl?
What's your real name, Denise?
My real name is Denise, but people call me Niecy.
Hey, Niecy.
You the only Niecy in Connecticut. I don't see Connecticut as full of Nieces.
Honey, it might be some more Nieces up in Connecticut. I'm up here from Maryland for work, so I've seen quite some interesting things up here. I believe they got some Nieces and some La Shaquandaloops and all that.
Really? In Connecticut?
Okay.
Come on. There's some realness up here.
Okay. What's going on, Niecy?
I call it because I follow you on Twitter. I used to listen to you on Foxhole.
Thank you, baby.
And I'm logged in, and I'm so sorry. No disrespect to the psychic.
Go deeper.
But this advice is just so generic. You're gonna meet somebody with a name that starts with M and two. You know how many people I met with the name M since I got to Connecticut last week? That's not really. I'm sorry. I feel like the doctor is giving some really good advice, and I'm not saying that there's not psychics in the world, but I'm sorry. It just is not following for me.
And you need something. You're saying you need something more specific.
Concrete.
It's coming off so generic. Like, it's hard to. I really am one of those see it to believe it.
You from the show me state.
They would need to come and land in front of my house or something. So I'm sorry. I'm just not feeling it. It's not coming across at all.
All right. Well, let's do this.
That his business is doing really well.
Niecy.
And then it's
Niecy.
and it's gonna keep doing well.
Niecy.
Okay,
Niecy. Listen
I'm
to
just
me.
saying.
Niecy.
I'm just saying.
Okay,
Niecy.
Stop saying, Niecy. We got it.
This is what we gonna do. This is what I like to do. Niecy, meet Renee. Renee, tell Niecy something about herself so she can understand the gifts you have.
Go in. Say something about her cousins now.
Just say your cousin ain't nothing. I met him in the spirit.
I already met my cousins. I already know.
You don't know which one gonna ask for $1,400. I bet you can't tell her which one wants the money.
Well, Niecy, I understand completely, and it is really hard on the radio just to give people such quick readings and try to delve into their energy. It's just not, it doesn't work well that way. But I would offer you that I would love to give you a email reading if you want to contact me.
Wow.
And I could go much more in depth. And I would be willing to do that for free for you.
Just get her Facebook page. You can learn a lot from somebody by the Facebook page.
No, let me tell you something right now. And let me say this to Denise as well. She is what she says she is.
I've got a reading for Niecy.
You know what's crazy? Let me just tell you what she did. She was like, send me a picture of yourself. And I need a picture of your chest. I was like, huh? What part of the game is
this?
Do I need to go in the bathroom and take a picture? Where they do? But for her specific gift, she has to see a certain part of your body, and she says normally she only does this with women. But she was like, I need to see a certain part of your body because I see auras, I see colors, I see energy, I see imagery. I was like, oh, okay. And then she went on my Facebook page and got all of the pictures and was like, I got you. And then when she started to read, it was on point.
I can do that.
So no, you can't.
I guess
I can.
Let's see.
Wait, I have a reading.
Okay, give it. Let the doctor.
Niecy, you still there? Niecy?
I'm still here, y'all.
Okay, so here's the reading I'm seeing. I'm seeing that you have been hurt, disappointed, and lied to, and there was a point in your life where you said, never again will I let anyone take advantage of me, so I'm going to be very clear about what I believe and what I don't believe.
Wow.
Any of that true?
That's true for the majority of America. Come on now.
She's skeptical of you too, Doc.
That's my thing. Say you went on somebody's Facebook page and you gained pictures. Like, again, if you go on my Facebook pictures, you see I like running, you see I like traveling, you see who my friends are. So you can get a lot of information like that.
Was there a time when you had kind of faith when common sense told you not to believe and you lost faith? That's all I'm asking. Maybe you've never had faith in something, but was there a point in your life where you had faith in something and then the faith kind of went away because whatever happened, whatever came down was kind of tough? Or have you always been kind of this, skeptical.
Skeptical.
She is skeptical.
I don't feel like I've lost faith. I have faith in quite a few people and quite a few things. But
that's until they cross her.
I'm sorry?
I said that's until they cross you.
Okay, DC, I got one for you.
We all tripping on DC.
Your second boyfriend, the one that you had some doubts about because he struck you as slightly effeminate, he's going to come out on Wednesday, April 28th. How's that?
Okay, so let me do this.
He's going to come out in some jeggings.
So let me do this. Nisi, really quickly, this is what you need to do. You need to do this right now. Nisi, you need to do this right now. You need to text. You need to text Zoe to 90210. You put Zoe in the message portion. You put 90210 in the number portion, right, of your phone. Text Zoe to 90210, and when you get that electronic business card back, there's a section on there that says Psychic. Click on Psychic. It'll take you directly to her website. I want you to email Renee and tell Renee that you spoke to her today so she can give you your free email reading, and we'll see how on point she is. And then you call me back next week and tell us how she changed your life. Fair?
That sounds totally fair.
All right,
y'all be blessed.
Thank you. I appreciate the call. We got another caller online. Let's go. This is great. Zoe Up Morning Show. Having a great time with the doctor and Geoff Brown. Caller, where you calling from and what's your name?
Hi, this is Melanie from Chicago.
Melanie from Chicago.
Ooh, sound like you went to Wendy Young. Where'd you go to school?
I went to Corliss.
You went to Corliss, another one. Black and red. They got some fine girls went to Corliss. Oh my God.
Is this a Team RAR member?
I am.
Indeed. Sounds delectable. Go deeper into your
fine voice ass. Go on, say something else.
Fondue voice.
Oh my God. So I was really, I told a friend of mine that I was going to call, and I was going to, because I'm not as, I'm a skeptic myself.
Are you skeptical in Jesus?
I'm not really a believer. I'm more of a touch-feel type person.
What about Jesus?
What about Jesus? What about Jesus? You skeptical of Jesus?
You ever touch or felt Jesus?
I have not physically touched or felt Jesus.
You didn't answer the question. Are you skeptical in Jesus?
I'm very open as far as religion, so to speak. But I'm calling about the psychic.
Nice dodge. She dodged that really well.
Whether or not she's on point with Melanie.
Okay, we'll go deeper.
Now I'm going to mention. I'm just going to see where she's coming from with me. My godfather, a very important person in my life. What can you tell me in regards to him? How he relates to my life and what it means?
Okay, is he on the other side or is he here now?
You tell me.
What kind of trick question? She is a Team RAR person.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Why am I calling you?
You're psychic.
But psychic stuff don't work like that.
How psychic stuff work?
Well,
I'm learning.
That's the way my grandmama did it.
Sometimes it doesn't work like that. That's very true. But I know that I can feel that you have a strong connection. And if I had to make a guess, I would still think that your godfather is probably here. Wrong?
Say that one more time.
I think your godfather is still here.
He's actually passed on.
Okay, well, there you go. Okay. I didn't get that. I didn't feel that. I feel that he was a strong influence. I can feel like he's a very tall man. Was he tall with whitish hair, curly, kind of?
No.
No?
No. He was about 5'7", kind of like brownish. Like really, like black. His hair was black, actually.
Was he a midget?
Was he from Chicago?
Was he a midget from Chicago?
Was he from Chicago?
Yeah.
Okay.
Stupid.
Did he drive? Did he ever drive a blue Cadillac Fleetwood with a gray leather interior on Vogues and Trues?
No, sir, he did not.
Yes, he did.
Different dude. All right.
Where is your father? Is your father with you?
My dad, yes.
Okay. And is his grandfather on the... I mean, that would be your grandfather on the other side?
Yes, he is.
Okay. And because I'm picking up somebody who's a Pisces, and that would be a March birthday, no?
Well, that could be me. I'm a Pisces.
But you ain't her granddaddy.
My godfather is a Pisces.
Ooh.
His birthday was in March.
Ooh.
Okay.
Go deeper, then. Yep. That's what you get for trying to come in here with your little Jeopardy questions. See what's happening?
12 to 1. That's pretty good.
And if you can just keep going into the energy, that's how the reading goes. But it's really hard, difficult, to do over the radio. It just is. With so many,
But this is good.
Yeah,
I really like it. Keep going. I love it.
But, okay, so what the message is that I feel that you need to know is I'm feeling, I almost feel like crying. I'm feeling a very strong reassurance of love, that you've had a loss that was, it's not like it's a child or something, but you suffered a loss like within the last year or so.
Oh.
And that what they're doing, your loved ones are around you and they're holding you. I know you can't see that, but I can see arms around you holding you. And that's kind of all I'm getting for right now.
Melanie, what's going on in your life that you wouldn't mind sharing with us?
What do you mean?
What has happened?
Life has happened. I mean, that's a broad question.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
The lady said that you suffered a loss,
a great loss,
perhaps not on the level of loss of a child, but some catastrophic loss. And I don't know if she put a timeline on it, but does that make any sense to you? I mean, not like lost your car keys.
There is someone that was very close to me that went to church with me, and she was our drummer, and I did take that pretty hard. And it was about 4 months ago, and her birthday was Sunday.
Okay. And so that's our loved ones are with us. They're not with us all the time. They are not. They come and they go. If they were with us all the time, it wouldn't be right. They're doing things on the other side when they're there. The number one thing is that to know that they love and support you through everything. Even if you don't feel it, use your imagination to see it.
Let me ask you this.
That's a way of connecting. But this person is, I think that I see him in your home sometimes when you're sleeping, like right when you go to sleep. And so he is connecting. He's trying to connect you. He's trying to show you love.
Interesting. Let me ask you this, Renee. Does this caller have a crush on me? I think that's important to know. Let's just find out.
Don't they all have a crush on you?
I don't know.
No?
I'm really foggy right now. I need some clarity.
I would think no.
Lord.
Dagger to the chest.
Well, then they all don't like me.
The psychic has spoken.
The psychic has spoken. They don't like me. It is clear and understood.
I didn't say that.
Thank you. It's all right. No crush.
Does not have a crush on you. So I am married to you on my mind. We do have several children on my mind.
Oh, wow.
Well, how'd you get there without a crush?
All right.
Thank you, guys. I do have to go back to work, but thank you so much.
Thank you for the
take
call.
care of
That
them
was
kids.
awesome. That was awesome. We got more callers. Please reach out to us right now, 323-965-1600. Caller, you're on the air. Where you calling from? There is no caller.
Crush on you. I ain't got no crush on you, but we got kids in my mind. What the hell? How the hell you?
Right, and she was right about
Where
that.
they do that at?
Where they do that at? She could tell when people lying. All right, so listen.
I got
Let's
a crush
do this.
on the poetess. Our relationship in my mind just don't ever work out because I'm horrible. It don't never work out. It don't.
The poetess keeps her distance from. The poetess is like, she's like a basketball girl. You know how the basketball girl is? They get to kick it with basketball dudes.
Right.
And they really know how dudes are because she plays sports like them.
Right.
And then, you know how the basketball girl tricks you? Normally you see her on the court, she's got her hair in a ponytail. She's cute. She's pretty.
She cute, yeah.
But you're not looking at her like that.
Till Friday night when she busts it out.
Then you see her in girl gear and it's like, well, damn. Okay. That's the poetess.
Sanaa Lathan in Love and Basketball.
Exactamundo.
Is that who she is?
The poetess got too much game. That's why she don't give us a shot. If she didn't know us.
No.
Maybe.
Let me tell you something, dude. If I wasn't married and I had came at the Porters.
You're coming at the Porters now.
We didn't know. That's hilarious.
Yeah, I'm just going to put
we
you out
got together. It just wouldn't have worked out. I could make her go out with me. I could make her. You would leave somewhere and go to the same geographical place at the same geographical time as me, and we wouldn't even call it a date, and you'd have the time of your life.
Why don't you see if let's ask Renee if the poetess would give you a shake?
Yeah. Well, it doesn't matter because my chick bad. I'm good. I'm good in that area. I'm just saying.
Listen, why don't the poetess and Renee talk?
Yes.
Because I want Renee and the poetess to connect. I think the poetess needs a reading. The poetess, who we're referring to, she's the producer of our show. She's here right now. She's a little under the weather, but she has consented and agreed to accept a reading from you. Is that okay?
Yes.
All right.
Is she the one that answered the phone?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And there she is. Hey, Sicky Poo.
Hi, Renee.
Hi, hon. How are you?
A little under the weather today, but other than that, I'm fine.
Shine the camera on her.
Good.
Can I ask 2 questions?
No. Always getting greedy. There she is. Hi. The poetess is on film. Hey, cuteness.
I look a mess.
No, she doesn't. She got on a boa and everything.
Boy, I can hear that cold in your nose.
Stop it. Take the camera off me.
I see a phlegm in your future.
Okay, I'll start with my career. For the past, I guess, month, a lot of exciting, a couple of exciting projects have come to me.
Mm-hmm.
What does 2013 look like? Will that continue? Will it get bigger?
I think it's going to get bigger. I think that, you've got some you're right. You do have some projects coming your way, and even some writing and producing projects where you'd be utilizing more of your skills than what you're doing, now, and that you're going to take some big advances. The only caution I would say is everything is in the detail of working that energy for you. But I do see you doing and producing bigger things and taking that even further than what you can imagine.
Wow.
That would be down the road. And it's going to be a while, but you have the talent that I'm hearing, because people are saying to me, I can hear talent. And you have a lot, you've got everything behind you. You've got your education behind you. You've got a drive. And now
Jesus.
You just need to go out and get it.
Does she have a drive? Jeez.
You got to have the drive nowadays to do anything, and that push. And, a lot of women don't believe in themselves. This is one that does. And you've been taught this by your family, by the women of your family, haven't you, to believe in yourself and to go on and things like that. Isn't that true?
Well, I've always felt like the special one in my family.
Oh, excuse me, the special one.
Supportive, which leads me...
when you feel like you're the special one, you are the special one.
This leads me to my second question, because Melanie called in and you said that there was ancestors around her. I feel that energy around me. Can you expand on that?
Yes. What does that mean to have the ancestors around you?
No, I feel that my ancestors guide and protect me.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, they do. But now I want you to think about this concept also. People always talk about guides, and we're always putting power into other people, like our guides, our angels. Your guides are a higher form of you. They're a more knowledgeable form of you. They are a part of you. So don't ever think of it as separate. Think about that it's part of your lineage as a human being, yes. And as a spiritual being, yes. But those parts are also you.
Wow.
So you are guiding and loving yourself, because there's nothing outside of ourselves that is separate. We are all everything that we need. That's why I have trouble with the sin and all this.
Right.
Now, I think that you are open-minded enough to see that. Yes, you have family members around you. You have, I see a grandmother. I see a grandfather. I almost feel like there's a father on the other side.
No, my daddy's still here, but
could it be related to him or something?
Yes, it could be my great-grandmother on my father's side, I think.
Interesting.
So there's a lot of people with you that support you, that are proud of you, that have agreed because they love you and they're part of you on this side, and when you pass on that side, you're with them.
Wow.
There's groups that you incarnate together with. So there is your little cheering section.
Wow. Okay, I got a great question.
Well, thank you.
I have a great question, and you know what? I'm not afraid. Do I have the agreement of everyone here? I'm not afraid. Do I have the agreement of everyone here to ask this question? It involves you all.
We don't know.
It involves you all.
How do we know before you ask? We ain't psychic.
It's a question. It involves you all.
Okay. Are you asking us to okay the question before we hear it?
Yes.
What the hell?
Not afraid?
Yes.
Why are you asking us?
Because I'm considerate. We just talked about empathy. I'm trying to put myself in your shoes.
Go ahead. Go.
When will each one of us die?
Oh, God.
That's not a bad question.
I want to know when I'm going to die. I hope it's soon.
If you tell me I'm dying tomorrow, I'm going to drive smooth over to my ex-wife's house and cut that heifer's head off. So that's not bad. You can tell me when I'm dying.
I would never say that, even if I ever saw it. I never.
Okay, but do you have an idea? At least for me.
I think you'll die at the end of your life.
Yeah, there you go.
No, not with the doctor. No doctor.
You're going to die when it's time for you to die. Everybody dies when their path is done for this lifetime.
This is good.
And you have fulfilled what you need to fulfill, you will go. And everybody goes at different times for different reasons.
This is good stuff. This is good. Let me ask you this. What am I here to fulfill, if anything, at all? I think I'm here to just piss people off.
You are a role model for many, many young people. That's your big destiny. But you're also, you have a lot to complete artistically. And I think I mentioned that to you before about I actually do see a film coming. So you've got that type of things that need to be fulfilled. You're raising children within you. You're teaching them about how to be a man in the year 2012.
Oh, wow.
How things are different. And they are different. How we relate to women, how we relate to each other. It's all becoming one relation.
Wow. That's good stuff.
I've been waiting for that for a long time.
So let's do this. I've got a lot of hot topics. Renee, would you like to join in with us and talk about these hot topics?
Okay.
I'd love to have you in. Geoff Brown.
Yes.
Mark Goulston. What in the hell is wrong with Katt Williams? Let me just give the breakdown here. Police began chasing comedian Katt Williams on his motorcycle after he reportedly was racing down the street the wrong way. But he got away, so the police are planning on going to the district attorney. They want Katt Williams charged with felony evasion. Now, the dude retired, then he unretired. We already know he had this big fallout in Oakland, with the crowd there, and then he left. He didn't finish that concert. Then a few nights later, he was in San Jose. He was calling Jamie Foxx out of his name and a bunch of other people. Oh yeah, he was wild. And then he got arrested again. Now I think drugs are involved. I don't know. But let's do it's probably the good drug. But the dude has one biological son, he has one biological child, but he also has 7 adopted children. Mm-hmm. Can we see the writing on the wall? We've seen comedians go through this. It was Martin who went through this. Before Martin, it was Richard Pryor with freebasing and all of this and that. What's happening with this guy's life? It looks like it's spiraling out of control. Doc, Renee, Geoff Brown. Go with Geoff first. He's a comedian. Talk to us.
Not only am I a comedian, Katt Williams, I wouldn't call him a friend of mine, but we have been really, really cool over the years. I've written for him. I think what Katt needs is the right people. He's in a petri dish of negativity. Everything around him is wrong right now, and he needs better people around him, and at least people who care to be there when he hits bottom, because it is coming. The bottom is coming at him so fast, it's almost not. You ever fall off your bike and you fall in such a way that you don't even fall, the earth comes up to meet your head? That's how he's falling.
That's how he's falling.
The earth is racing toward him, and he just needs beautiful people around him, and I don't think he has that right now.
Wow. Dr. Goulston?
This reminds me of a story. I used to do house calls to dying people, dying owners, heads of studios, and there was a guy that I was seeing. I can't tell you.
Yeah, of course not. Can't divulge.
But this guy was very famous in music, and he was equally famous for his run-ins with the police and for drugs. And so I said to him at the end, and they felt comforted because I just told it to them straight. I'd say, God, you were so successful, and but you were one miserable SOB with all that stuff. What was that all about? And he said, it's interesting. Whenever I did the right stuff, I had a pushy mom. Whenever I did the right stuff, I had agents. Everybody took credit for it. Everybody said, that's our good guy. Now you're doing the right thing. And he said, I wasn't stupid enough to throw away my talent, but I hated that everyone else took credit for it. So I needed something that didn't belong to anyone else but me. And whenever I was doing drugs, nobody wanted to take credit for that. So I knew that belonged to me.
Wow.
Because I was just surrounded by controlling, negative, greedy people. And the drugs belonged to me and I knew it belonged to me because nobody wanted to take credit for that.
Wow.
So I don't know if this fits, but when you say he's surrounded by a lot of negativity and kids, that I don't know this fellow, but I would imagine a lot of people are pulling at him, a lot of people pulling from him, and so I could see the appeal that I want something that belongs to me, and I have no idea if this can relate to this guy, but boy, was that really. That was powerful just before this guy died to sort of admit to that we all need something that belongs to us that nobody takes credit for.
Wow, that's a good point. And Renee, what do you see in comedian Katt Williams' future?
I just don't think he loves himself. I think that's what that's all about, is about screaming out for love. We see this happen millions of times over and over and over. It doesn't make the news in a lot of common people. And I just, I feel like when you're saying his name and the vibration of him, I'm not talking to him, so I don't know. But what I get is that he doesn't love himself. He's still searching. He may have that's what makes him such a good comedian. Is that perspective that he has. But the same perspective that he has is a perspective that's going to eat him up unless he gets some help.
Wow.
So
That's a good
right.
thing. Let's move on to the next topic really quickly. Florida woman beats up her boyfriend because of bad sex. Rachel Gonzalez has been charged with domestic battery for beating up her boyfriend for climaxing before she did and leaving her unsatisfied. Now let's just talk about this. Does she have anger issues, Doc? Because most men leave their women unsatisfied. Let's just be honest. It's true.
Really? Man,
if a woman told the truth, don't make me put the sick poetess back on the line. If a woman told the truth, and if women, let's just be honest. How often do women fake orgasms? Ladies, Renee.
A lot.
Right.
I think. I think that trend is not as much now. I think women today are a little bit more different, but yes.
Women know how to get it off. Listen, this is what you do. You put your leg over here and just put the tip in, and I'll do the rest. Don't move.
Yeah. Well, I think women need to take more responsibility for their orgasms. Okay.
Yes.
This whole I'm gonna give you this gauntlet to run, and then I'm gonna shut the lights out. That's BS. That's some BS right there. Okay, it's your orgasm. I'm trying to get there. Could you give me a map? Just give me just a couple
Well, let me ask the doc this question.
I think the issue here is that she felt absolutely entitled to being satisfied. When people feel absolutely entitled to something, they can't see anything beyond that. So she felt entitled to this, and when he didn't do it,
you owe me a nut.
She felt violated because there's a part of her that felt you owe me this, and so I think I wouldn't be surprised if her feeling of entitlement made the guy want to get in and get out of Dodge quick.
Wow.
Well, you know what he saw? Because I guess as I get older, I can't screw you if I don't like you. I don't like you.
Just stop it.
No.
You've screwed many people that you didn't like.
Exactly, and I will never do that mess again.
We're not talking about the people you married.
No, I'm talking. That's hilarious. I don't like them either. But no, I'm talking about if I were still at my age a single man. I'm telling you what, I'm not getting cooter. I'm giving out ding ding, and I am not giving it out to people who I don't like, to people who I can forecast horrible experience with.
But this is the grown, evolved, mature version of you. Don't say that you didn't give ding ding out to people you didn't like or didn't care for, because you have.
I did, and it was a train wreck. It was a freaking train wreck. And I would never, ever, ever do it again. And especially if your girlfriend, we got to like each other. I think that's so important with regard to, at least for me.
Most women don't like the men they're with.
Exactly.
Most women are fitting this guy into a template. I need you to make these expectations I have
I'm trying to turn this octagon into a triangle.
One of the reasons most people don't like the other person is because they don't feel liked by the other person.
I'll go deeper.
So when I've asked some people, as they get a little bit older, would you rather like the other person or feel liked by them? When you see them, would you like to see a smile that they're enjoying you? As people get older, I hear much more of that. Like, boy, I can't remember the last time I put a deep smile on that, the person I'm with's face, and I'd do anything to do that, because when my husband or my wife, my girlfriend, when they smile, I just lighten up. I just feel like life is better.
The poetess had something to say with regard to orgasms. I'm sorry, did we miss that?
She didn't say anything,
did. She said,
but she knows how to get off
well,
in the absence of a man.
There. I see it smoldering over there. I see it.
It's smoldering.
Dude, she'll make you take a sick day. I'm telling you what, I can see it. Now go ahead.
Okay, listen, I got two quick stories, and I want the responses to be a little shorter. So really quickly, Obama, most threatened president in history.
Oh, what a shock.
I'm just saying. They're saying that the threats, the threats have increased by 400% since he's been the president. Why do you think that's so?
Well, no, really. And my big fear, being a psychic, I was always afraid that he was going to get shot and killed, always.
Wow.
And my friends have said the same thing. But I think it is, you know why I think so? This is my opinion. I think because he wants to tax the rich. And they are pissed, man. They're not going to take it.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's a good point. I honestly think that it's got to do with money.
And the rich feel entitled, just what we talked about. They feel entitled to having everything, and that's and so when someone takes that away from them, it's like that last anecdote where that guy took away satisfaction from that woman. So I think you're right. I think the rich feel you can't do that to us. I mean, we own everything.
That's a good point.
And that's what I think.
That's a great point. That's a great point. Geoff Brown?
Man.
Tell us about the 900-pound gorilla in the room.
Yeah.
Really quickly.
Not only is he the most threatened, he's the most disrespected. Okay.
Why?
Because he's black.
Let's just go there.
Let's just get right to it. Okay. There has never been. This country has proven that racism is stronger than its respect of its highest seat. These people are not even disrespecting him as a man. They are disrespecting the billet of president.
There's not supposed to be a nigger in the White House?
All right, I'm going to tell you something. I'm a psychic.
Travis Bickle.
Yeah, on my spare time, I do a little psychic reading. But I do it in the past. I went back and talked to our forefathers, and I'm telling you, they're hotter than two rats screwing in a wool sock. I'm telling you, they are not happy about this. All right? When they left it, Whitey was in charge, black folks was picking stuff, and Chinese people was making railroads. Now, look what you got. This is not what our forefathers.
You got gays.
You got the sweet pickles running movies. I mean, what the hell? What's next? I don't even know.
Okay, Bickle, I got one other question.
Yeah,
I got one other story. Let's make it really quickly. Really quickly. A woman who was too fat to fly dies because they didn't let her get on the plane. Vilma Solstice, a 425-pound woman with kidney disease and diabetes, died 9 days after Delta and KLM denied her access to board a flight back home to New York from Hungary because she was from Hungary.
All right, let me get this straight.
Wait. Hold on. Because she was too heavy to fly. Her husband has filed a $6 million lawsuit against the flight companies. Go.
Let me get this straight. So the big chick died because the people at the airlines didn't want to endanger the other 287 passengers. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
So it wasn't extra McDonald's. Shout out to McDonald's. It wasn't extra lard. It wasn't the fries. Let me tell you something. You don't screw up and get 425 pounds. You don't slip on a stick of butter and fall over into 425 pounds.
But what I'm saying is, we know that there's a lot of obese people in America, especially America. It's the most obese country in the world.
Yep.
Why not create bigger planes or bigger seats to accommodate the
Screw them. Let them ride horses. All right? I have no sympathy for fat people at all. All right? Matter of fact, not screw us, screw you. If anybody ever mistakes you for pregnant and you're just fat, not screw me, screw you. All right? That's a natural assumption to make. You look like you're in the third trimester. If I take a dadgum, what do you call that thing? A sonogram and rub your tummy, you know what I see? Pizza. Pastrami. There's a lot of eating been going on there. All right? Didn't nobody do that to you. You did that to you. Fat bastard.
I mean, if gays can have rights, why can't fat people have rights?
Fat people do got rights. All right? They've been overeating their rights.
They've been overeating their rights.
Oh, my Lord. And I mean, they use every excuse. This is baby fat. How many babies did you eat?
What about big boned?
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. To the big bone people, is the camera on? Which bone is that one right there? How does that show up on an X-ray?
Woo! Okay.
Just being honest about that.
All right. We got to wrap it up. Right. Let me do it this way. Psychic medium Renee Richards. Yeah. I love you to death, and you're awesome.
Thank you.
I want everybody to go out, find her, participate, connect with her. Where can they find you, and how do they participate? Emails, websites, the whole nine.
Okay. My website's www.psychicmediumreneerichards.com. You can find me on Facebook. Just go to my website, and everything is on there. I do Blog Talk Radio. It's on there. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, you name it, I'm there.
What's your Blog Talk Radio again? The show?
The Renee Richards Show. And I give free readings, and I also talk about spirituality and things like that.
Awesome. You were a tremendous guest.
I do that twice a week for free.
You know what? You were a tremendous guest. I'm so pleased to know you. She's in my loop from now on. We'll be calling you back. You'll be on future shows. Let's go. Let's pump it up. Let's make it crack.
All right.
Thanks you so much.
Thanks, you guys. I had a blast.
Absolutely.
You were great, Renee.
She was. Awesome.
So I had a lot of fun, and I enjoyed meeting all of you.
Good to meet you over the phone. I've had some great relationships to start.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
All right, so let's do it this way.
I can feel it.
No, you can't. No, you can't.
Hey, thank you, Renee. And let's do it this way. Really quickly, I want people to go check out Mark Goulston. Mark, Website really quick?
MarkGoulston.com. And if you're on LinkedIn, go to Heartfelt Leadership. We started that a couple of weeks ago, have 500 members.
That's important.
Go there, Heartfelt Leadership. Check it out.
Right. And Geoff Brown?
I'll be at the Toys for Tots Drive hosting with my man.
We're doing that together,
Lord,
right?
so, yes, we'll be shutting it down. Y'all need to come out. Y'all need to get these kids some toys.
And this is the Marines Toys for Tots.
Marines, yes, right. Semper Fi Devil Dogs out there. Not enough about me. I'm going to use this time to say find somebody this holiday season that you can bless directly. Go in your closets, go in your kids' toy boxes, get the stuff you paid for that they don't play with no more, and go out and go over in the jungle and find somebody and give them some.
That's good stuff. And remember, don't forget, text ZO to 90210. It's very important. ZO to 90210.
Not to you?
Yeah, a lot of people will reach out. A lot of people will be connected to me and find all of the things that I do. I really appreciate all the listeners, and I'm glad to be back. I'll see you guys next week. Holla at me. Deuces.